here, the college football geek from collegefootballgeek.com and Football Nation, here to bring you the top 5 quarterback prospects in the 2012 NFL Draft. All right, let's dive right in at number 5. Now, I'm going to make no bones about it. There are really 4 quarterbacks that people really like in this draft, myself included, and then there's kind of everyone else. So coming up with that number 5 selection was a little difficult. I'm going with Nick Foles from Arizona, 6'4", 223-pounder. Now, he didn't do so great at the Combine, and he's coming off a subpar senior season, but there are some reasons for the season that he had last year. His star wide receiver, Jerome Kreiner, was hurt, had no go-to receiver. Also, the team around him basically stunk and crumbled all around him. He was under pressure constantly with that sieve of an offensive line. I still like him. He was able to throw for 4,334 yards, a 28-14 touchdown to interception ratio. Give him a couple years in a system, and I think he'll pan out okay. Nick Foles is our number 5 quarterback heading into the draft. Coming in at number 4, Brandon Weeden from Oklahoma State. Now, this guy is more affectionately known as Old Man Weeden. He's 28 years old. That is older than Aaron Rodgers, folks. But the guy has some game. He's 6'3", 221 pounds. Last season, he threw for 4,727 yards, 37 touchdown passes. It did help that he had Justin Blackmon as his top target. The question with Weeden, outside of his age, which is definitely a concern to some teams out there, is the offense that he ran in Stillwater. It was one of those gimmicky offenses where they'd be looking over at the sideline before every play. He didn't have the freedom to call plays at the line of scrimmage. It'll be interesting to see how the teams view that going into the draft in April. At number 3 on our list, Ryan Tannehill from Texas A&M. Everyone loves Tannehill to be that 3rd quarterback off the board. Some are saying he might go as high as the top 10 picks. Reason for that, he's extremely athletic. 6'3", 221 pounds. Threw for 3,700 passing yards last year, 29 touchdown passes. Rushed for 306 yards and 4 touchdowns. And he's a converted wide receiver. He played wide receiver almost exclusively in 2009 for the Aggies. He actually caught 46 passes for 609 yards, 4 touchdowns. A diverse skill set, smart kid, obviously athletic, and he's a very intriguing prospect, likely to go in the 1st round in the upcoming draft. It's no surprise who's going to check in at number 2 on our list. He's number 2 on almost everyone's list, and that's Robert Griffin III from Baylor, the Heisman Trophy winner. You know, we saw glimpses of his immense talent a few years ago, and then he was sidelined by a devastating knee injury in 2010, came back stronger than ever last year, threw for 4,293 yards, rushed for 10 touchdowns and 700 yards. You know, he's extremely accurate, can throw a great deep ball. How accurate is this guy? Through a couple games this year, he had more touchdown passes than he had incompletions. Finished the year at 72%. The Redskins obviously like him a lot. They traded up to the number 2 spot to get him. And we'll see how he does in the NFC East, working for Mike Shanahan and Dan Snyder. And landing in our number 1 spot, of course, is Andrew Luck from Stanford. And what else is there to say about this guy that hasn't already been said? 6'4", 234-pounder. Probably would have been the number 1 pick in the NFL draft if he came out last year. Decided to stay in school one more season, had a nice year. He has all the intangibles, all the measurables that the pro scouts are looking for. He's probably the top quarterback prospect to come out since Peyton Manning, and I do believe that is the case. The Colts are very fortunate to be able to transition from one franchise QB to the next, and look for his name to be called number 1 on April 26th. For Football Nation and collegefootballgeek.com, I'm Todd DeVries.